swap. Would RD still go for the Sculptor ban? Because again, this isn't PP Zhao we're going with. Again, we should just wait for the bans for the Survivor side. But if we're seeing Gravekeeper Coordinator, maybe Forward was banned, but we'll see. Mechanic is able to make his way. They're thinking about that. And Mercenary. So gathering this, probably the Hunter banned Forward and Seer? Since Mechanic and Mercenary. I'm just making an educated guess here, Takuna, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, Coordinator, interesting. One shot, one opportunity.
Yeah, again, it's a little bit of the same they were able to bring to the table in the previous match. You have these really tough guy meta and rescue heavy meta as well. Their Mercenary, Muro, the Wildling, and Coordinator are categorized as rescuers. Then you have that one juicy target for that Hunter, which is the Mechanic. Again, Mechanic, you have to really rely on rock hiding skills because she doesn't have the best drops and pallets and jumps. Woo! We're going to see a Disciple come into the mix. Again, a Disciple was able to trump Bloody Queen for being tie queen. From win queen to tie queen to single queen, the Bloody Queen. So sad. But we see the Disciple coming to the mix.
Yeah, and all said, just to note what how the bans played out here. It was locked in. Let's see how this goes. Both GG as well as RD ready to take the stage. Who are you rooting for? Do you want to see RD or do you want to see GG make it into the next phase of this tournament, which will be the quarterfinals? We are waiting for one of them. Let's find out.
All right, starting with Swam's Disciple, not wasting any time using that cat just to gain a little bit of that jump. Again, once she gets full presence, ladies and gentlemen, that jump will become twice, and she could use that as a double blink. Swam now going for spots the Mechanic's doll, and that's going to give him some sight to where the Mechanic is at. So great stuff so far from Swam. Able to use the cat. I mean, I've been trying to use Disciple for a while, so I'm going to take down notes, Articuno.
Okay, I'll let you go ahead and do that. So, yeah, this is gonna be really nice. IQ will be the first spotted out, but then again, there is a bit of knowledge to where the Mechanic initially was. So I'm wondering if the commit will come into fruition. In which case, and looks like it's going to be the Coordinator. That's actually not bad either. Like we say, one shot, one opportunity. Exhaust that, and there's not really much to work with to Coordinator's name.
Yeah, especially once you get that that cat going on, and then she gets that sun. Oh, excellent dodge of that flare gun. Beautiful stuff from Swam. And as you mentioned, Articuno, one shot, one kill, one opportunity. But man, Swam was able to dodge that.
Didn't quite work out, in which case, so now we have a... It's like just a bare bones survivor. Teleport will come in though, just to not waste out any time, and the catch comes on.
Yep, the hop, and then that is one down Coordinator. Rocky tried his best, trying to just create some distance there. Going for the flare gun was the right option, but again, the advantage was on Swam being able to utilize the real estate of the church to just dodge that flare gun. So now wanted order is being put on the Mercenary, so he has a little bit of sight set, and we do know that teleport is being used, so probably teleport detention coming in. So we're gonna see how RD will respond to this downed Coordinator.
Yeah, this is a bit scary as well. You have two members of RD within the immediate vicinity, but and again, it also just generally gives them options. Now, a big question is AirQAQ. Are they going to try to get the rescue onto the Coordinator? Or are they just going to use the Coordinator being on the chair to maximize the time to get whatever ciphers they can go? We already have two pop, so it's already a good start for RD.
Yeah, looking at where everyone is at, I think that, you know what, the Wildling is just there to keep this Hunter not disrupting any Cipher rushes. He does have an option to try to go for that save, but always, and take note that this Disciple doesn't really have that much when it comes to map harassment, so he will just stay here to try to buy as much time as possible, and let his teammates try to pop those Ciphers since the Mechanic is still at play. Is he going to go for that full commit? Not quite.
Ooh. Not quite, but the good thing is that just fully occupying Disciple, not really deterring anybody else that's trying to push for Cipher. 3 Ciphers already done for RD, so this is a massive step up from round number 1 earlier. Can it go to even better heights though?
Oh, Wildling is off his board now. He's completely vulnerable, and the stun is going to happen. AQ is going to eat that first hit, and Swam will try to tunnel in on this Wildling.
Yeah, just wants to go to full commit here. Question is, how much time is going to be bought out here? Definitely wants to try to stop out Air, and there you go. Leap comes in, pallet drop, very well timed, but Air gonna unfortunately take that last hit as he falls down.
And look, Articuno, 1 Cipher remaining for this side of RD, so they will try to push for the Cipher as possibly the Mercenary will go for it, but no, he's gonna go for a no camp strat. He's gonna go for the Mechanic. So good proactivity coming from Swam. Zekai caught off guard here, but will transition to the shack area.
I love this. Coming in from our Disciple, making up for lost time as far as what pressure this Disciple was not able to push for on survivors. But look at that!
That was an excellent stun on the cat, and also brought confined space, so it's a 6-12. He has to be very careful, especially when jumping those windows. And if you notice, Articuno, that Swam allowed the Wildling to be saved, so the Tide Turner will not take effect anymore. So this is excellent strategy from Swam.
Beautiful forethought in which case, and it just makes you wonder what RD's next move is going to be. This Disciple already has full account of what Cipher was already worked on, but the insta-rescue, nicely timed by RD.
And AQ trying to body block, but Zekai will be falling. Again, Tide Turner is not in effect anymore. You see at the lower left side of the screen that the Wildling is trying to pop that Cipher, but Swam realizing that, trying to shift his attention because he knows that Zekai is still down. I believe that the Mercenary is trying to go for that heal and going to use these cats just to chase him away. Zekai will see a second round on the rocket chair.
Yeah, but with that Wildling on, progress on that Cipher will be halted for a bit, halfway through for Zekai, so that at least gives a little bit more room to breathe for RD. But the question is, it's going to be a monumental task to try to get that more than halfway Cipher popped up.
Yeah, it's just the pressure that Swam was able to bring, especially using teleport, not being satisfied. Just the cap, hits him once he's over that window, but we are going to see a safe and sound Mechanic. Zekai now running away from that chair, and it is now the Wildling that's going to see around in the rocket chair.
It's kind of scary here, Paul, just you have to account, it's that one that one Cipher that RD was banking on. None of don't really have any other options here right now. But then again, it also owes the proximity. You have that one Cipher within the distance, but then again, with only so many survivors you have to work with. There you go, that's the hit, and the rest of them come.
But the stun of the cats, excellent placement on that. Both of them are stunned, excellent with that snipe on that Wildling, even though that rescue was great. Man, Swam again with that forethought, as you mentioned, but we did see that the Mechanic now is a Mercenary, does have elbow pads to use. AQ now kiting around this shack area. The cat is going to get that bite. The stun is going to happen, not quite. It is going to just negate any of the skills, and we are going to see a downed Mercenary.
Yeah, I think the best thing you would want to see for RD right now is, because looking at things, dungeon escape not looking quite likely right now. It's just one of those very rare occurrences should it happen. But what RD wants to do ideally, I guess, is try to lure this hunter as far away as possible from where that Cipher has position. We see a little bit of decent progress happening on one of the other Ciphers, but with this Disciple being so far out on the map, it is worth banking on to try to go turn back to the Cipher that they've already managed to work on. That's at better completion rate.
Yeah, Zekai utilizing that elbow pad just to move a little away from the top broken part of the map. Transitioning to bottom broken, where there's some pallets, but man, the cats are coming out, able to use it once again just to move towards the church. Can she make it to the gate? No! Oh my gosh. Couldn't make it to that window. But then we see that AQ is popping back up. So again, Swam has to divert his attention. Can't rest on his laurels just yet.
Yeah, I love the not necessarily just the forethought, but just the control that we're seeing from this Disciple at this point, knowing not to miss out on any particular thing. AQ though, gonna be back on his feet, but question is, will distance be established?
Oh, able to use that wand from the magician. AQ still at the corner of graveyard here, and we did see that the mechanic is up. Now Swam just got that cat, and now we're gonna see a stun. Ooh, and now excellent hit. Swam again, just so smothering pressure, not giving any room for the survivors of RD to breathe.
Yeah, RD, they're trying their best here, but it's just monumentally hard because a lot of the time that we've been seeing has mostly been spent trying to work around this disciple. As far as Cipher progress, it's almost reached a near complete halt because of how much they're trying to roll with these punches that are coming in left and right from this hunter.
Yeah, just excellent stuff so far. Wow, able to just utilize that bot just to try to heal up this mercenary. But if he gets that hit, he'll find a whiff of where that mechanic is going to be at. And Swam is closing in on that. Oh, excellent drop, though. Able to buy a little more time. And now the bot is done. So we're not going to be able to see him go to that mechanic. But teleport will be utilized for him to traverse the distance real quick. So Zekai now kiting for his life.
Yes, that's a very apt way to put it. But question is, Zekai, how long can he last? This disciple starting to slowly come in. You just need that one last hit. Nice Jukaroni, but how long can Zekai keep up with this though? Goes for the leap, and that's that last hit, and down the survivors go. It's gonna be another 5 points that we'll be seeing in this tournament, ladies and gents.
Wow, Swam showing his prowess there. Congratulations, GG. Setting the pace even more. That seems like the same with when Swam changed PPJA, right? That's
True.
The same strategy coming in. And we just heard word that it's a violinist ban. So taking that off the table, again, that's the off-meta pick that we've been talking about. We are seeing, I think 445 wanted to think about that cowboy. Seer and Priestess ban, rightly so because of how pesky the Priestess can be. Seer, quite interested to see if he'll be going for those Bonbon maybe, or something that would counter, maybe a Dream Witch would come into that mix if you want to be able to take out that Seer. Because again, those chip damage hunters could definitely counter that Seer's owl. But let's see what Crazy will bring to the table, as I believe this looks like a pretty solid lineup, actually. A lineup that you'd see in the conventional second round.
For sure. I'm wondering, though, that this is going to be very crucial for Crazy. He has to make sure that he chooses the right hunter encounter to get those 5 points. You know, that's the crazy thing. Like, there's just so much pressure when you're a hunter, but it's like, think of the mental for Crazy as well. Going into this fresh, you have that fresh mindset, but also you're going into this fresh with a win condition where you have to ace this very first game that you're about to play. So this is where mental fortitude truly comes into play for these players, more specifically RD Center.
Yeah, so we definitely will see a level up in his game, because he does need the full 4K for him to get that 5 points. And with this lineup, especially with how GG has been playing with their survivors, what we've seen in the first round or first match, they're not afraid to just let the chair expiry time happen, because again, just one survivor needs to get out of the gate. But with this mix, though, I wouldn't be surprised also if they tried to go for saves, because just to extend the objectives of the hunter and just pivot him instead of focusing on another target and camping. Like, he still has to chair the other survivor. But the Axe Boy making his way into the mix.
I love these picks so far, by the way. We haven't seen any repeats. Each half that has been played out so far bringing on a different hunter, and we'll just have to see. Can Crazy maximize Axe Boy to get that full wipe? It is looking feasible, Punch. An Axe Boy pick at the church. I could see that happening.
Yeah, for sure. Axe Boy has terrorized a lot of the qualifiers as well as IVL, so this is a very solid pick by Crazy. And for an Axe Boy, especially with the terrain of Red Church, you could definitely get those peaceful pines down, those restful roads, for him to have a lot of mobility, and also those quick flame snipes. They have to worry about that. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is RD versus GG. RD needs the 5 points for them to extend their tournament lives as we head into match number 2, round 2.
Yes, this is going to be it. Again, here you have the overview of our players. Make sure to show your love and support. Is it GG? Is it RD? It's coming down to the wire, folks. This early on, first match has been brilliant as a wonderful start to our tournament. And let's just see as to whether or not RD can devise some.
Okay, Crazy starting things off over at the red carpet at reception, uses that flame just so he'll be able to get to the top broken side to see who's around here. Again, the survivors in the mix. You got a coordinator, you got a forward, you got a mechanic as well as a mercenary, and ZB just gave Crazy an early Christmas present because getting the mechanic now would be great for RD.
Oh gosh, that is a very early start. Having that much pressure early on, and also have Zizai in the distance over there. Of course, you know, Crazy just gonna be glad to commit to the target. He has already got a nice whack on the head on. And not a bad target to start off with at all, by the way.
Yeah, and transitioning here, we see that Kukai was able to just halt his Cipher progress just a little bit. The forward was there, so he didn't want to commit to this mechanic because, oh wow, that was a close snipe there on the flame. But oh, using the blink, excellent sequence of events for Crazy there, able to down ZB. Now the question is, Articuno, who will try to go for that save?
Yeah, this is a very, very good start here for our Hunter, in which case definitely an ideal target that we would want to, you know, kick things off with a bang on if you're Crazy. Now, on the flip side though, I will give it to GG. Just even that respectable window that ZB was able to contain the Hunter. There's already some pretty good progress happening across the board for these Ciphers. It's just unfortunate though that they had to go for that rescue earlier on in order to keep the consistency going on progress.
Yeah, as you were talking, the 445 making an excellent rescue there, making the mechanic transition to a great spot here over at Graveyard. ZB still playing with this pallet over here. Oh, wow, excellent timing by Crazy just when ZB was going for that pallet drop. Gets that swipe in, second down for this mechanic.
Exactly, and oh man, still, we already see that spread coming in from GG. One Cipher down, 3 in very, very good progress, Potch. So this is still a huge step up from GG. But on the flip side, I think Crazy is doing a great job. That's one of the things that we constantly look for, you know? Just none of those dull moments for the Hunter. But
speaking of dull moment, okay, so the forward trying going for that commit and trying to go for that stun, but then forces to just go for that rescue. Tide Turner will buy a little more time for this mechanic. As you see, 3 Ciphers have already been popped, and there's 1 Cipher that is close to being primed. So now we're seeing just a massacre from Crazy. Gets the last effort here coming from this mechanic. Mechanic staying by that pallet just in case he wants to drop it just to buy some more time for his team.
Yeah, looks like that will be the drop on the mechanic, in which case, but I would say mission accomplished here for MGG. They were able to maximize the mechanic enough, and this is what makes it even crazier, by the way. There's a bit of, you know, Crazy can't really get the commit on the pickup just yet, since there will be a member of GG to potentially deter him.
Yeah, that was a great job by the forward there, extending the life of this mechanic just when he thought it was over. Extended the kite a little bit more, but then the last Cipher will be propped. We're gonna go for a gate war here, and now we see that the mechanic is over at back gate, while you see at the reception side the mercenary is trying to pop it. This could be a three-man out. How will Crazy respond to this pressure from the survivors?
It is just a lot to deal with right now, Poch, but first things first, wants to try to secure the survivor first off, but as you can see towards the lower left portion of your screen, ladies and gents, it's gonna be a good done deal. These survivors are gonna say, sayonara, baby. We're booking our ticket to the quarterfinals, and it is going to be JG as our first to make it all the way.
Wow, excellent coordination there from GG. Really knowing when to harass the Hunter, when to